Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled for this one because we're going on a culinary adventure straight to the heart of Japan. Grab a snack if you haven't already, because today we're exploring a beloved hidden gem of a local ramen shop that is packed with vibrant flavor, rich character, and honestly, some seriously amazing deals. So let's just dive right in.
So when you hear the name Nagasaki, what food pops into your head? If you know your Japanese cuisine, you're probably picturing a towering bowl of champon, or maybe crispy Sara Udon, right? And hey, you wouldn't be wrong. But here's a little secret for you. Nagasaki actually has a fiercely competitive, incredibly dynamic ramen scene. Shops are literally battling it out to win the hearts and the stomachs of locals. And there's one spot in particular that has people eagerly lining up around the block, totally drawn in by the irresistible scent of simmering broth.
To get the real inside scoop, we're turning to our source and local guide for today, Noguchi Takeshi. He's a passionate Nagasaki YouTuber and, get this, a level 10 Google local guide. He's completely dedicated to boosting his home city by sharing the absolute best local food and hidden spots. And you know, when a level 10 guide tells you a place has a once you go, you're hooked reputation, you definitely pay attention.
The place he's taking us to is called Kadoya. It's a classic Tonkotsu ramen shop. Stepping inside, it's super intimate. We're talking a counter-only setup with just 12 seats, completely filled with the lively sounds of clinking bowls and happy chatter. Now, you might be thinking, uh-oh, 12 seats, I'm going to be waiting forever, especially on weekends with all the hungry students. But don't worry, the turnover rate here is unbelievably fast. It's a high-energy slurp-and-go kind of haven, so those long lines move surprisingly quickly.
So why are students specifically flocking to Kadoya? Well, the answer is a jaw-dropping 480 yen. That is the actual price for a bowl of ramen if you're a student. This insane discount applies to anyone from age 0 all the way through their third year of high school, basically 18 and under. In a world where food prices are literally always going up, offering a steaming, beautifully crafted bowl of ramen for just 480 yen, that's just incredibly generous. To really put that massive discount into perspective, a standard adult bowl of Kadoya ramen starts at 780 yen, which honestly is already a fantastic price for authentic tonkotsu ramen. But for students, that price drops by 300 yen. And the best part? It's not just for the basic bowl. Students can order the premium red or black flavor variations for that exact same 480 yen. It's absolute proof of why this spot is the ultimate go-to for budget-conscious locals who just want a deeply satisfying meal. Okay, let's break down this menu because it's definitely going to build your appetite. For regular adult diners, the main lineup is stellar. You can start with the Kadoya ramen at 780 yen. That's your standard deeply savory pork bone broth. Craving a fiery kick? The ramen aka or spicy red comes in at 830 yen. Or if you want something intensely aromatic, the ramen kuro features this rich roasted garlic black broth. And finally, the cocoa miso blends that classic savory base with hearty miso, also at 830 yen. But picking your base? That's just the beginning. The real magic of Kadoya, and honestly why people are so obsessed with it, is the custom order sheet. You get this little piece of paper where you can check off boxes to tweak almost every single detail of your bowl. You're basically the architect of your own ramen on a quest for your own personal golden ratio. So what exactly is our guide to Takeshi's golden ratio? Well, he has a very specific custom order that he jokingly calls his stoic style. He kicks things off with the spicy romaine red base, setting the flavor concentration to strong and the fat content to rich. Next, he adds extra garlic for a massive flavor punch. Then, and here is the stoic part, he completely removes the green onions and the woodier mushrooms. Why? Simply so he can experience the absolute purity of the soup, the fat, the pork, and the noodles. Oh, and to top it all off, he orders his noodles berikata, which means extra hard. Just imagine the sensory explosion when that bowl finally arrives. Takeshi notes that the instant it's set in front of you, this roasted, savory aroma just hits you, perfectly balanced by the punchy scent of the spices. His pro tip here, taste the rich soup first before melting the spicy paste into it. Because he ordered it strong and rich, that deep, straightforward umami completely coats your palate, and it's followed up by a devilishly delicious, drinkable spicy kick. And we absolutely cannot forget the noodles. Takeshi is wildly enthusiastic about his barikata or extra hard noodles. He emphasizes that the snappy crunch and the popping texture of these firm wheat noodles are just irresistible. Because they're cooked so briefly, the distinct wheat flavor really shines through, and their firm texture perfectly grabs onto that incredibly rich spicy red broth with every single bite. Now, let's say you finish your noodles, but you still have all that glorious, rich soup left in the bowl. What do? Well, you order a kaidama. For those who might not know, kaidama is a beautiful Japanese ramen tradition. It's basically a fresh serving of extra noodles that are brought to you and dropped directly into your leftover soup. At Kadoya, this ultimate way to keep the ramen party going is only 150 yen. So let's tally up the meal. The customized ramen red was 830 yen, plus a kaidama noodle refill for 150 yen. That brings our grand total to just 980 yen. Getting a highly customized, super filling local meal for under 1,000 yen, that's practically unheard of these days. It is so easy to see why locals consider this place an absolute can't-miss value. And the really crucial point here is how this scales for the community. If we do the math, a student doing the exact same thing, getting a custom spicy red ramen and a noodle refill, would pay just 630 yen total. A hungry teenager could literally order 2 noodle refills and still have an incredibly cheap meal. This pricing structure makes Kadoya not just a hit with the youth, but a fantastic, totally affordable option for local families dining out together. Summing up the online consensus and Takeshi's glowing review, it's crystal clear why Kadoya has earned such a stellar reputation. Between the authentic Hakata-style soup, those deeply customizable order sheets, and the unbeatable prices for students, it's really a pillar of the community. It maintains this wonderful, welcoming atmosphere for local families, and with endless flavor combinations to explore, it's a dining experience that genuinely never gets old. Which brings us to the end of today's explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with a very important question. If you were sitting at that 12-seat counter right now, pencil in hand, what would your perfect custom ramen order be? Would you go for the spicy red, the roasted garlic black, or keep it classic? Would you go extra rich, or maybe load up on green onions? Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this delicious journey to Nagasaki. I really hope it left you hungry to explore even more. See you next time.